everybody, how's it going? So we are driving through Canada right now on Highway 401. Last night we headed across the border and spent the night in Hamilton, and then we left there this morning and we are headed towards Nova Scotia. So I'm not sure how far we're going to make it today, but we're going to try to cover a lot of miles and get as close as we can. But it's about 1,000 miles still to go before we even get there. So we're up, I don't know if I said that yet, but we're outside of Toronto. We stopped at a Costco there to kind of see what they had compared to what we have back in Michigan. Only 461 miles to go till we get to our hotel for the night.
And then how long after that we will be at our destination?
Probably like another 300 miles. Well, that's just to get to the beginning of Nova Scotia.
I'll tell you what, folks. This is a long car ride. But we stopped. Our last stop was, we got some caffeine. I got myself some Alani pink slush. And usually it has 200 milligrams in Michigan, but it's 140 in Canada. I don't know if they just cut out their caffeine content, or I don't know. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. And then Mike got a Starbucks double shot. So hopefully that will keep him awake. And maybe he can let me take a little nap.
Well, we have made it to Grand Falls, New Brunswick. So the waterfall is just on the backside of a dam right in town here, and looks like there's quite a bit of water flowing. It all depends on how far they have the gates open, how much water comes out, but it's a pretty cool little spot to check out if you're in the area. We might try to do some hiking. We gotta kind of figure out where you go, and I think there's supposed to be a gorge trail you can hike somewhere. So here's a even better view of the falls yet. We're just kind of walking around this little gift shop area, and they have zip lining too. Maybe you'll see the zip lines going across there. So yeah, there's a few different things you can do here. It's like a little souvenir shop. That's what we're behind right now. Here you can see the highway going over the river. It's a cool looking bridge. The rock formations even are really cool here. Hey guys, so after 3 days of driving, we finally made it to Nova Scotia.
Yes, finally.
We are excited to get our trip started and see all the stuff we came out here to see and do.
Yeah.
So stick along and enjoy the video.
See you later.
Good morning guys. Today we are heading to Prince Edward Island. Right now we're driving to the ferry and we're going to take that across to the island and spend the day over there, and then on the way home we're going to take Confederation Bridge back to Nova Scotia.
Exit right 2, exit 22.
We will show you guys what the ferry ride's like and what we see on the island. Nova Scotia and headed to Prince Edward Island. On the Caribou Ferry. Smooth ride so far.
It's nice up here too. It's not hot. I mean, it's not like it's gotta be cold, you know, because I always wear a long sleeve. But it's like it's perfect.
Sunny.
Yeah. It's
probably
warm.
Gonna get sunburned.
Huh?
Probably gonna get some sunburn on our face.
That's fine. But you know what? I'm just thank God it's not foggy. It's not raining out.
Yeah. So here we are at the back of the ferry. Like fifth wheel down there in a semi tractor trailer. So the way this ferry works, you drive on one side and then when it docks, you drive off the other side. So you never have to back out. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that you can load from either side or unload from either side. Makes it pretty fast. So we are inside the boat now, and I got the 2-egg Islander breakfast. Comes with 2 eggs, toast, bacon, hash browns, and coffee. It was about $10 Canadian. Not too bad. So we're just going down to the truck now.
Which deck are we on? Oh, there we are, right there.
Right there. Hey, it's still there. It didn't fall in the ocean.
The French were the first Europeans to settle on what now is Prince Edward Island, but what used to be Ile Saint-Jean, which was the island of St. John. And when French settlers established a colony in 1720, it was then part of New France, and then the French settlers were engaged primarily in the fishing and fur trade industries. And then the French influence on the EI was very significant as they introduced new farming techniques along with their skills in shipbuilding, and fishing. However, after the British defeated France France in the 7 Years' War, which was from 1756 to 1763. French settlers were forcibly deported during the Acadian explosion, which was also known as the Grand Dérangement. And between 1758 and 1763, more than 3,000 Acadians were forcibly removed from PEI and other parts of Nova Scotia as well by the British. Many of these settlers returned to the island in later years, which particularly was in the 1800s. Although the French Canadians were largely expelled, their cultural and linguistic impacts remained significant, and many places on PEI, especially in the French regions, are named in French, such as Beaucamel, Evangeline, and Tignish as well. Over 8,000 people in PEI identify as Canadian, including myself, and about 15,000 people in PEI who are speaking French, and about 10% of them are still speak French as their first language. And the popular Evangeline poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was inspired by the story of the Acadian expulsion, particularly the story of Evangeline, who was separated from her lover during the forced deportation. So here's two fun French songs. One is the Pain Zoom, where we talk about the tête à main, which basically just means make a lot of noise. And then we have lot of bonbons.
OK. Donc, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui sait c'est quoi l'idée principale avec le 15 août? What is the, does anybody know what the 15th of August is about celebrating? It's the National Acadian. So, while we are not the 15th of August, we are in fact the 1st of July. We're celebrating Canada Day right now. We're going to put out an extra shout out for our Acadian friends. OK. Cette chanson par Caillouche qui s'appelle le 15 août. On est prêt? OK, now I'm ready to. On est le 15 août. On a le droit de crier. Et on va fêter jusqu'à la fête de café. Dans les Acadiens, puis aussi des Canadiens. Nous l'entendons le soir. Et on n'est pas québécois. On est les 15 août.
We just got onto Cape Breton Island and we stopped at the visitor center that's right across the causeway from Nova Scotia and got a lot of good information. So they have maps of the different routes around the island and a lot of like things to see along the way. So we're taking Route 19 to Cheticamp, which is like an Acadian village. We made a stop at the beach at Port Hood on our way up Cape Breton Island to the Cabot Trail. It's a very nice little beach here. Sandy. Really scenic. Yeah. See what the water feels like. Oh, it is cold.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Superior.
Yeah, very cold. First time in the ocean.
Look, you see all the rocks down there. That's cool.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of rocks in the water here. Oops, wrong way. They have a polarized lens on, so you guys can see through the water pretty good. So a lot of the beaches along here are protected, so you're not allowed to take anything like rocks, but they're cool to see. There is one beach on the other side of Cape Breton that we're probably going to stop at where you are allowed to take beach glass that the lady was telling us about at the visitor center, so hopefully we'll find some cool beach glass when we stop there. So yeah, this was our little stop here at Fort Hood. We're going to get back on the road and head to Cheticamp. And then we will see you guys when we get there. Hey everybody, so we just made a stop here at McKay's Cape. There's an old cemetery here. Just wanted to find a spot to get out and stretch for a minute. We're almost to the Cabot Trail. I think we got about 5 miles to go, and we'll be there. And we're about yeah, this place is really cool. The views are awesome here. I think it's a cove down there now, but yeah, there's a cove down there. But yeah, this is said a bunch of times already. This trip's been awesome so far. This is private property, and but they have it open so you can come check it out. But they have no camping signs. And they have a parking area. But it's pretty windy up here. So we are hanging out at, is this the Chimneys Beach? Chimneys something? Do you remember?
Chimney's Corner?
Chimney Corner. I'm guessing it might be because of the rock formation over there. I saw that. Kind of looks like a chimney. I don't know for sure though. But the people that own the hotel where we stayed at for the night told us about this spot. It's about 6 miles or so down the road. When you first pull in, it don't look like it'd be a good spot to see the sunset, but once you get down to the beach, it's perfect. The sunset's right over that rock formation down there. It's our first time watching the sunset in the Atlantic Ocean. We went to Chetty Camp earlier today and had dinner, and we were still about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Neat Cove, and we were tired and decided to just get a motel room for the night. We had to backtrack about 14 miles, but ended up working out pretty good. The people that own it are super nice, and I think we'll get some good rest. We're still pretty burned out from driving out here for the last 4 days. I think we got a little over 2,000 miles in now, so Gonna watch the sunset here and go back to the room. And then early tomorrow morning, we're gonna go back to Chetty Camp and hike Skyline Trail, I think it's called. And then continue around the Cabot Trail from there and keep on checking out stuff and filming and looking for cool things to see. Even everything here looks really cool. Like if you look this way, there's just big cliffs all around. This beach is kind of down a dirt road, and it's not really marked at the main road. So there's a couple people out here besides us, but we've seen some other spots on the way out here that had a lot more people and cars parked. So this was a cool little spot. So we are in Cape Breton's Highlands National Park at the Macintosh Brook Trail. It's a little over a mile long total, or 1.7 kilometers. So we are going to hike. It goes back to a waterfall and then turn around and come back here. Ready to go?
Yeah, and it also says, watch for coyotes.
Yep. It says if a coyote approaches you to act big and throw things at it. So the drive up here has been pretty awesome. We went clockwise around the Cabot Trail. I think a lot of people say if you go counterclockwise, you get better views of the cliffs. But there's like spots every couple miles, couple minutes down the trail where you can stop and get out and see everything if you want. So either way, it works out. The mosquitoes are pretty bad back here compared to out in the open. Yeah, I didn't spray my head though. Helps. So yeah, as soon as you get out into the woods a little bit, the mosquitoes and stuff are a lot worse than they were in the parking lot. But having a hood on seems to help. Yeah, glasses help keep them out of your face too. Yeah, we just sprayed our legs. We got long shirts on and they didn't seem that bad by the truck. Well, you learn every day though. So far this trail's pretty nice. It's got a lot of rocks and roots in it though, so you gotta be careful you don't roll your ankle. We're pretty much just hiking right along this little brook here. Now we're hiking right along the brook here. I definitely recommend sturdy shoes, either good hiking shoes or trail running shoes, just due to all the roots and embedded rocks in the trail. So this whole trail here in a valley, so it's like a big wall on either side of you. So if you're really claustrophobic, you might not like it. There's a few spots here where the trail crosses. Got some bridges. This is our first hike we've done since we've been here, and it feels nice to get out of the truck for a while and do something besides drive. Looks like there's an information sign up here, so let's see what it is. Oh, I think we made it. Okay, so they have a Cape Breton app, and you can download the app and scan a code at the waterfalls. And I guess it's like a challenge. It says collect 3 or more stamps to be entered in a contest to win an adventure weekend for 2 on Cape Breton Island from Destination Cape Breton. So if you're local to the area, maybe something fun to check out. I would recommend downloading the app before you come out to the waterfalls, because if you have Verizon, you don't have any service out here. I think it said it was about 30 meters or 110 feet at the waterfall dropped. Really cool back here though. Just try to get a little bit closer view for you guys. Cool. Nope, that's the hike.
So this is the Cabot Trail right here. And then we're gonna follow it. And then Meat Cove is up here. And she said we can see the sunset
And the sunrise.
So is it sunset over here?
Yep.
And then the sunrise over here. And then we're gonna follow that all the way down. And then there's a ferry that you could take across.
It's a cable driven.
It's like a cable driven?
Cable ferry, yeah.
Oh yeah, cable ferry. So that'd be pretty cool to see. And then hopefully we get to do this. This is the Fleur-de-Lis trail. It's a little bit rough, she says, but I'm pretty sure we can handle it. So, but she said there's no cell phone reception, so we should be okay. And then there's a fort over here that we want to check out, Louisbourg. Hi, you guys.
So we were gonna hike the Skyline Trail, but the parking lot's closed for it. It's only 10:30, but I guess you gotta get up here pretty early, like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning probably.
Yeah.
If we make it. So we're gonna head to Cape North and then Meat Cove, and hopefully do some hiking at Meat Cove. I've heard there's good trails out there too. So this is the English Town Ferry heading our way now. We're going to take this to get across this waterway here. It's a cable ferry and it runs all day. I think it runs 24/7. But this will be our first time going on something like this, so it should be interesting.
The fishermen's area here, they live outside the wall because all the fishing and cleaning and salting and drying is all done out here. Then the merchants from inside the walls there, inside the fortress, come and get the codfish and transport it to France, the West Indies and Quebec. So so everything you see today inside and out of the fortress is all traded for the codfish. This is our currency. They're very plentiful. And this house belongs to Madame Desroches and Madame Jeanne Gaboret and her husband Georges. She's widowed twice, never had children. Now she's at the state in her life where she doesn't read, write, or do math, so she can't run her own business. Otherwise, she's got to close it down. So she remarries Georges Desroches, and she's 69 and he's 28. I guess he knows how to read, write, and do math. Yeah. So this was a very busy port. We became the third busiest center of commerce in North America, next to Boston, New York, and Charleston with the cod trade. We were on the map, and now you got to look for us. Louisbourg, where? Yeah. So the King of France. The reason that's called a fortress, it's a fortified town. It's not a fort. It's a fortress, and it's a fortified town. The King of France wanted to protect his interests, so he put a wall around the town. He was protecting the codfish industry. And then there's with the presence of a military. So it's not for the soldiers necessarily, it's just the town has been fortified. Give you an idea, when you go in there, there's families, there's children.
So we have just arrived to the French Fortress of Louisbourg. And so this is actually a town. So a fortress is it's not like a military fort, but it was a fortified town that they built for the fishing industry. And the reason it was fortified was to protect that. So they had military present, but it was an actual town, not a military fort. So there's families and regular people living here too.
That big gate behind me is closing at 5 o'clock. So we're going to need you out of the fortress by then.
Okay.
If you're still inside after 5, I will assume you are British spies, and you will be dealt with accordingly.
So what do you think so far?
Oh my gosh, I'm having, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's cooler than I expected.
Especially, it's
We haven't really got into it yet. It's pretty neat.
no, but I just love the way the buildings look, and it's just so beautiful.
It's huge too.
Yeah, it's so cool looking here.
count of 3, hope it works. 1, 2, 3. Vive le war!
Here's the view of the fortress on our way out here along the shoreline. Very cool. This was an awesome place to visit. I'd highly recommend it if you're in the area. The history here is really cool, and the people that work here are very nice. So
Yes. Very nice.
had a great time here. Spent 5 hours here and don't even feel like it. So we are on our way out of Fortress here. I'm just trying to figure out what this building is. Let us know down in the comments what you think it's for. It's on the just over the edge of the shoreline here. Let's see. Just cut this little bench here. Not sure what it's for though. And look down below. You can see the shoreline, the edge of the ocean. It's weird. I'm not sure what that's for. What do you think it is? What do you think that is? Maybe they would like get buckets of water out of the, you know, dip it down below.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we were checking out the St. Peter's Canal and the St. Peter's Lock, and I just noticed that there's a big jellyfish swimming around in here. Actually, I think there's a few. I see one down farther too, deeper, but this one's pretty close. Kind of see it. Let's see, right there. That's pretty cool. First time I've seen a jellyfish out in the wild.
And not in a
Not in an aquarium.
Yeah.
Last time I seen one was at Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. It's cool.
Falmouth, Nova Scotia, and we're here at my ancestors'
Where they would have been buried.
So my ancestors came over from France, and some of them settled in a village, Rivet, which is now on someone's private property, which we might go check that out. Depends how far it is from here. And then Grand Prix is up here, which we're gonna head up to next to get more information about. So we're just here. My mom and dad's got a brick. There's some of the Rivettes. So my maiden name is Rivette, and when my ancestors came over, their name was Rivet, and then when I turned into English, it's Rivette. So you can see some of the Rivettes. And there's the Placide Rivette and Clarence Leonard. Hi, you guys. So my family that came over to France, my ancestors came over to came from France, and they settled here in a village called Village Rivet. And I was just talking to the owner of the property. Her name. Hi, everyone. So today's a good day. We are not on the original Village Rivet property, but which is the original Village Rivet is over in this direction. It's on but the neighbor that lives here that owns this property, she thinks that the Rivets also settled here because when she was doing her gardening, she found pieces of pottery and just different things that symbolizes like the settlements, right? And so she's
her
also
ancestors are also Rivets.
Yep, so her ancestors were also Rivets. So we came here at the perfect time. We were going back and forth trying to find this plaque that says Village Rivet. We finally found it. It was a big, huge field, and like a little tiny house on it, looks like, and yeah, like a little garden shed. And we just saw this vehicle come over the hill, and she's like, I explained to her like who I was, and she's like, oh yes, and she explained the history and how she came about, and it was just like, it was perfect timing, and it was just like, it's, I can't explain it. It's just so cool. And so she's like, yeah, go ahead, drive up on the hill and check it out and see how,
So this is the view your ancestors would have had.
Yep.
Back when they were living here 200 years ago.
Yes. And it backs up. Was it the Bay Fundy?
Yeah, well, I know this goes into it. I don't know if this is considered part of the bay or if this is still part of a river.
Yeah. Which we'll find out more, I'm sure. But I think that's just so cool.
We're at. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. There it is.
Rebecca is my maiden name. So we have sisters. Walking around downtown Yarmouth. We just got some coffee at Sip Cafe. I got the salted caramel mocha. It was very good. The lumberjack's daughter. Oh, these are cute. Are those cute?
They're open.
Oh, lost to the sea. Okay.
This is the
Bait bag.
bait bag. Yep, you put your herring or mackerel in there, whatever. Close it up. Stick it on there. The little guy will either come in here or in here. You know, eat. And if he gets up in here, he's going to track a little bit. And he can't get out unless he gets just right. He could get out. This one here closes up.
Oh, I see.
And
get
your little
out.
feller, you can get out here. Or that one, or you can get out of here.
Right, because you're not allowed to keep the little ones.
Yeah. And this little end here is steel rings. So if you lose this, you get caught and you lose it, and it stays in the water, these will rust out. This piece will fall out and the lobsters will come
Oh,
out.
okay. I never thought of that, but you do lose them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
do.
didn't even think at that.
The wooden pots used to rot,
Right.
so
Yeah,
you
and they
didn't
can-
worry about that. But
Yeah.
these don't rot very
Right,
quick.
right. And they can stay a long time
Yes.
without food.
So, yes, they can stay in there a long time.
Yeah.
No food, but they'll eat each other too.
Oh, they'll eat each
If they're
other? Are you
desperate,
serious?
or they just regularly do that?
They'll regularly do that. If they're trapped and they got nothing, they'll eat
Like
them.
humans.
Yeah, they eat themselves after a while. Yes.
And how many will fit in here?
Well, I've seen over 100.
Oh wow.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah,
A lot of little lobsters.
but we have to measure them, right?
But they live so bloody long.
We do live for a long while. We have to measure our lobsters. Oh shit, the sun got right in the eye that time. This is our measure. You go from his eye to his back. If it goes over his back like that, you throw it back in the water. If it stays on his back like that, you keep it.
Okay. And is there differentiation between ones that are holding
Eggs? Yes, you gotta throw them back too.
How do you identify those?
They have eggs on them. I'll show you here. And it's so bloody windy over here today. It's crazy.
It's not usually this windy.
No.
I know. I was thinking I was in Newfoundland.
Yeah. There's a little lobster.
Oh, good God! Seriously? So that's not typical, though. I mean,
No,
back in the day,
you get
back in the
there-
day, were they that big regular? Because they were fishing.
No, that's odd.
Because how old do you think that one was? That would be.
I don't know how old it would be. I really don't
And
know.
there's no way of aging them, like to figure out their.
They thought that because lobsters shed every year, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Good morning, everyone. We're on our way to the Cat Ferry to take us to Bar Harbor, Maine, and let's check it out.
So what do you think?
It's a little rocky. I'm not used to this. I was gonna stand up, but then I was like, whoa, I feel drunk. So,
It must have been that Red Bull you had at the bar last night.
probably.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours. I'll be Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be